What's up, YouTube? Welcome or welcome back to the Saving Men's Lives Network. Fellas, I want to do this episode a little differently by starting off and giving a shout out to the women, the 2% of them who subscribe to the content. Thank you, ladies, for being here. Thank you for the algorithm helping you find me over here. And I am under the impression that you're here with the best of intentions. I'm under the impression that you're here because you want to learn more about us men and what it is that makes us tick, so you can be better women than you were yesterday. If that is the case, if my presumptions are correct, again, welcome. Strap in, enjoy the ride. I did a video a while back called Black Women Are Pissed Off About the Passport Bros. It's been one of my highest viewed videos. It's got a lot of traction. And I laid out in that video several reasons why, A, men are entertaining the option of going overseas to find a suitable mate. More on that descriptive in a minute. B, how badly it's gotten here, not just in the States where I live, but up in Canada, in the westernized nations of the EU, so forth and so on, that guys are saying what I have to pick from is quite literally like picking my nose. C, the backlash that this decision has gotten from the women who claim they didn't want these guys anyway. Methinks Madame doth protest too much. Now, the real core of the issue, and this goes out to a new subscriber, you know exactly who you are. I want to approach this delicately because I'm hoping to open a dialogue here. I'm hoping to lend some understanding here so that maybe we can build a bridge and where guys won't have to foot that airfare over the horizon. A young lady subscriber who I would imagine is a darker skinned black woman. I cannot be certain. I have not yet seen her face, but she made the presumption in the comments below that video that the passport bros are only interested in women of Latin descent, women of Asian descent, quite possibly European women, and that it is a specifically non-dark-skinned black woman movement. Now, there's a lot of fallacy there. But again, I don't want to go in. I want to try to educate here. For you guys who know American history, and for you guys who don't, here's a very, very, very quick synopsis. Slavery was legal in the U.S. up until the middle 1800s during the President Lincoln administration. This practice of taking slaves from Western Africa and forcing them overseas to the American South, to the Caribbean, to Central America, and also to as far south as Brazil for sugarcane to make rum, what have you. This was called the Slave Triangle, and it has led to what is now known as the African diaspora, meaning these people look like what you would qualify as black people, but they aren't when you meet them in Africa. Okay, so without getting too far into the weeds, real simple. When you go to places like the American South, when you go to places like Jamaica, for instance, you'll find people of varying skin tones who can, through places like Ancestry.com, if they wanted to, trace their ancestry back to the African continent. Now, my point of contention with this way of thinking is there are beautiful black women, and most black guys, let's start with that. Most black men, myself included, love black women's features. We love their skin tone. We love their natural hair. Hint, hint, hint. We love their natural hair. Hint, hint, hint. Not the weave and the wigs and the lace fronts and that bullshit. We like their natural hair. We love their curves. We love it. What we don't love is what's become of the westernized black woman. We don't love ratchet culture. We don't love the twerk queens. We don't love the boss babe, finger snapping, neck rolling, I can do bad all by myself, I'm strong and independent types. Some of whom are unfortunately very attractive. It's unfortunate they look so good. It's unfortunate their bodies are so banging. Because nothing else about them is admirable. Nothing else about them is aspirational. To even want to have around longer than you can get a nut off. So, black passport bros in specific have decided we're going to go here, there, and everywhere. In some cases, it is Southeast Asia. In some cases, it is Latin America. In some cases, it is Eastern Europe. But that's their choice. And no one gets to tell them they can't have that choice. No one gets to, while having legitimacy, besmirch them for having that choice. It is their choice. And if women per se don't make the cut, then that's just not the man for them. Despite the fact they may have wanted that man. It's what he wants that matters. And so it goes on to say that men only want lighter complected, straight haired. It went on for a while. And again, credit to the young lady. You know who you are. She mentioned certain hot spots. Basically, the places where guys are going in droves that are getting a lot of the press. To which I say, just because somebody who has a platform is, singing the praises of this particular geographic location, for that one guy, there's tens of thousands who don't even want the world to know who they are, who don't have a platform, who don't have social media, who aren't singing the praises of geographic location X. They're just going on their own, quietly, saying nothing, living their lives. Plenty of black men find their way to the Dominican Republic, to Haiti, to Brazil, etc. Some guys do find their way back to the motherland, to Ghana, to Nigeria, to Morocco, etc. They go over there to Eritrea. They go over there to find a woman who they find A, physically attractive, but B, even more important, because physically attractive women exist here in the West. They're everywhere. That's not the hard part. The hard part is finding a woman you're attracted to, but also understand is worthy of connection to. Who's still able to pair bond because she hasn't been so ran through, her ability to do so isn't completely destroyed by Chad, Tyrone, Pookie, and Ray Ray. Who has not yet given birth. Who can help you create your own legacy. Go into a country where if you don't make the prerequisite 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 figures these delusional women in the West want you to make just to get a date, let alone a future. These guys are going to countries who the exchange rate for every $1 American dollar, it's like $14 or $15 where they live. So a guy making 57 grand a year is a guy making 300,000 plus a year by comparison. What are you getting for what you're spending? We know all women want your money. We know all women look for men to be provisioners, protectors, and providers. We know that. There's nowhere on this planet you're going to go where the women don't want that. However, if I can get a great product for an extraordinary price, I intend to do so. I do not want to overpay for Frosted Flakes. I'm supposed to overpay for a woman? Come on, man. Make it make sense. To my dark-skinned sisters out there who may be watching, salute to you. As a dark-skinned brother, well, I never had no problems, but, you know, we've got this fake victimization topic in the lexicon now called colorism. It's total bullshit, because a dark-skinned woman with a nice body who hasn't been completely ruined by euphemism is certainly someone worthy of consideration. If she's got anything close to reasonable domestic skills as well, oh yeah, she can take her place at the front of the line, as she should. But my whole thing is, don't let your complexion be the thing that makes you think you're not on the auction block in terms of the sexual marketplace. No, if you are a beautiful woman of any complexion and you know how to behave, and you don't mind, here's the key part, and you don't mind competing for the men you want, then guess what? You're in the race. And if you're in the race, you got a very good chance of winning and getting out of that race what you see fit to have happen. However, most guys have figured out the laws in this country regarding cohabitation, lease agreements, regarding co-signing for an automobile with the female, regarding custody arrangements for kids being born, and definitely involving marriage, are so one-sided. There's no point to even try to get into such connections here in the West. Guys are taking their passports and their net worth to countries where men still have rights, where men can't just be chewed up like gum and spat out in the divorce courts, to countries where there is no alimony and where 50-50 custody is the ideal. If you want what you want, ladies, you better be ready to fight for it. Because as men, we already know we have to. We already know that. Nobody's going to just give us anything. Everything we get in life, we got to earn it. So, hey, step up to the plate, ladies. Take a swing. Let's see what happens. That said, that's my time. Like the video, comment down below. Share and subscribe. Never let your brother suffer in silence when the truth can set him free. Networkers, we working. Till next time.